The Star Hunters today will be led by Captain Orpington. He's armed with a pair of master-crafted lightning claws. His warlord trait is the Imperium Sword. His campaign upgrades are Warp Touched, which makes him a Psyker with 1 cast and 1 deny. The power he's chosen is Null Zone, and he is also objective secured. Chaplain Cooper has a Power Fist and a Jump Pack. He knows the Canticle of Hate, so units within 6 will be -2 to their charge ranges. He has 2 campaign upgrades. The first is Iron Will. He is immune to psychic power and can deny the witch, and he is also objective secured. Inquisitor Greyfax has a lot of rules. She should have a lot of rules. She's an Inquisitor. But we're not going to get into all of them here. We'll review them as they come up throughout the course of the game. I've chosen the Hereticus Psychic power for her today, which is the Scouring, and she doesn't have any campaign upgrades of any kind. Chief Apothecary McIntyre is a Chief Apothecary, and I've spent the command point to give him the Chief Apothecary Warlord trait, which allows you to heal men twice per turn and bring a man back from the dead for free. He's got 3 campaign upgrades. The first is that he's fast, he moves 8 inches, and he can advance and charge. The second is Iron Will. He, just like Captain Cooper, he can deny the witch, and he's immune to psychic powers. And finally, he's an inspiring leader. He is +1 to his leadership, and he shares his leadership with a 6-inch bubble. This champion is a Chapter Champion. I paid a command point to give him the Chapter Champion Warlord trait, which allows units within 6 inches of him to reroll their charges. I've also spent a command point to give him the Blade of Triumph, which is a +3 strength, -3 AP, 3 damage sword. He has 1 campaign upgrade, and that is free life. Should he die, we will roll a dice, and that dice is D3 wounds to return to him as he stands back up, resurrected from the dead. This is a 5-man tack squad. The sergeant has a combi plasma, and the special weapons is a grav gun. This is a 5-man tack squad with a las cannon. And this is a 5-man tack squad with a heavy bolter. This is a 5-man squad of assault marines with jump packs. The squad has a flamer, an eviscerator, and the sergeant is carrying a power sword and a combat shield. This is a land speeder tornado with a heavy bolter and an assault cannon. This is a rhino with a storm bolter. This is a vindicator tank with no upgrades. The demolisher cannon on it is strength 10, AP 3 for D6 shots. And this is a land raider with 4 las cannons, 2 heavy bolters, and a storm bolter. The Star Hunter Space Marines use custom chapter tactics. The first is Master Artisans. Each time a unit rolls to hit, they get to re-roll 1 dice for free. The second chapter tactic they use is Warded. Each time a unit takes a mortal wound, they roll a dice, and on a 5 or 6, the wound is ignored. It is a 5-up, feel no pain. The leader of Craftworld Uthway is the mighty Eldrad Uthran. His warlord trait is the Fate Reader. At the beginning of each player turn, he rolls a dice, and on a 6, he gets a command point. The 3 psychic powers he's bringing today are Doom, Executioner, and Mind War. Eldrad has 4 campaign upgrades. The first is Inspiring Leader. He is +1 to his leadership, making him leadership 10, and then he shares his leadership with a 6-inch bubble around him. His second upgrade is Stealthy. He is -1 to hit all the time. Third, he is a Tactician. He can fall back out of combat and still function as if he had not. And finally, he is a Gunslinger. He can shoot his pistol twice each shooting phase. Returning to us from the Warhammer Legends category, we have a Bone Singer. His job will be to heal the vehicles and the Wraith Lord all game. Farseer Honey knows the powers Faithful Divergence, Fortune, and Guide. She has 1 campaign upgrade, and it is a personal teleporter. She can deep strike each turn. This is a 6-man Warlock Conclave. They know Enhanced Drain, Protect Jinx, and Witch Strike. This is 2 5-man squads of Rangers. Not 1 10-man squad, 2 5-man squads. This is a 10-man squad of Dire Avengers. The Exarch is carrying a Power Glaive and a Shimmer Shield, and his Exarch power is Blade Storm. 6s will score 2 hits instead of 1. This is a 10 Banshee squad of Howling Banshees, led by Banshee Exarch Sudia. Sudia is the exemplar of the Banshee Shrine, so she gets an extra Banshee Exarch power. The first is War Shout, so everyone's -1 to hit the Banshees in close combat. The second is Decapitating Strike. In close combat, a roll of a 6 will cause a mortal wound in addition to any other damage. She has also replaced her Power Sword with an Executioner. This Wave Serpent has a Twin Bright Lance and a Shuriken Cannon. It's also bringing all the Wave Serpent upgrades. And the second Wave Serpent has a Twin Scatter Laser and a Shuriken Cannon, and again, all the vehicle upgrades. And finally for Uthway, we have the Wraith Lord. He has a Bright Lance. He has an Aledari Missile Launcher. He has 2 Flamers. He has a Ghost Glaive. He's Toughness 8. He is a very scary monster indeed. The Uthway Craftworld attribute is Foresight of the Damned, giving the entire army a 6-up, feel no pain. We return today to planet Ere'Wen, where we have been for weeks now. The last time we were here, deep under this city, the Space Marines unearthed a cavern full of very pretty rocks, gems, stones, maybe soul stones. And after the battle, the Eldar had a strong fight, but they didn't manage to expel the Space Marines from the tunnels. So now the Space Marines have taken over this area. This is the excavation site, and they are slowly gathering materials, putting them in shipping containers and barrels and boxes, and bringing them to the landing pad where they're flying up to the ships above to be gone from this world forever. Now the Eldar, they're not giving up yet. They have a plan, and the plan started when they blew up the entrance to the excavation site. And no more will the Space Marines pull gems out of it. And the hundreds of humans who are down there working are now crushed. Now the Eldar will come forward with their plan where they're going to invade this space. They are going to hold these objectives, and at a final moment, wizards in another part of the world are going to finish their spell and zap the Eldar back into the webway with whatever they are holding at the time. This is Warhammer 40,000 9th edition. But today we're playing 8th edition. We are in the 8th edition rulebook due to a random dice roll. And if you've played for a while, you should recognize these missions. These are the old favorites. And what's going on is there are 4 objectives on the field. The Space Marines have this objective. The Space Marines have this objective. This objective is alone, and this objective is alone. But those are the objectives on the field. They are scored at the end of the battle. It does not matter if you hold them in any of the other rounds. And the battle ends on turn 5, 6, or 7. We don't know. There's a relic from the past, but I love it. If you hold an objective at the end of the game, you score 3 points for that objective. You also get a point for Slay the Warlord, First Blood, and Line Breaker. Old school 8th edition retrieval mission featuring the Eldar and the Space Marines. Eldar, you get to choose, due to the mission rules, whether to go first or second. What do you choose?
I'm going to take the first turn.
Eldar, turn 1. In the last battle, the Eldar, overmatched as always, suffered a terrible wound in the loss of Eldrad Uthrand. It is sad that he can't be here today because the Eldar are about to lose this world to the Space Marines. They can't have that. So Farseer Honey, at great risk to herself, is opening up to her mind into the warp. She is reaching across time, and she is going to try to find Eldrad and bring him here. Is he Eldrad from the future? Is he Eldrad from the past? Is he a demon pretending to be Eldrad? We don't know. But Farseer Honey is going to risk her life to bring Eldrad to Ere'Wen to fight the Space Marines today. In game terms, how that's going to work is we're going to give Honey the summoning power from like a Chaos Space Marine Codex. So she's going to roll 3 dice. If she gets Eldrad's power level, she can bring him to the game. If she gets doubles, she takes a mortal wound. If she takes triples, she takes D3 mortal wounds. And we just want Eldrad to be in the game today because he's kind of the star of this campaign. And we're getting down to crunch time. I'm about to win the whole campaign, and we need Eldrad to be our Bruce Willis, to be our Clint Eastwood, to be the star of our show today, and be awesome like he is. So we'll see if we can't get him to get in the game after Eldar, whenever he decides to do it. It's his choice. He might not. The other might be like, to heck with Eldrad. We'll find out in turn 1. All right, YouTube viewers, this is cool. The Farseer has put 10 Rangers, 2 squads of 5, in this bunker, and he's on the back line. And in the mission rules, old school line breaker, they're worth a point. This bunker is as tough as a land raider. If I want to pull them out of there, I gotta blow up a land raider. And they're gonna get shots of my men for as long as they want to. And this is a super cool move that the Farseer just did. At the end of Eldar, turn 1 movement phase, the Wraith Lord has rounded this corner, and he's eyeballing up Brother Rimshot up on the landing pad. The Wave Serpent with the Banshees in it has come way forward. Farseer Honey has used her personal teleporter to drop in from space. The Warlock Conclave has emerged from the Web Way to support her. The Dire Avengers and this Wave Serpent have moved up to eyeball probably this tack squad. And 2 squads of Rangers are now in the bunker. We are heading on to Eldar, turn 1, psychic phase.
We'll start with Honey. She's going to cast Faithful Divergence on this tank over here, and it goes off.
Of course it does.
And then she's going to cast Fortune on this tank right here on a 7 to give it a 5-up, feel no pain. And it goes off. Is it a feel no pain, right? Yeah, 5-up, feel no pain instead of a 6-up. And then because she only has 2 casts, I'm going to spend a command point so that she can cast Guide on this tank right here so that he can reroll his hits. And that goes off. On a 7, he'll have +1 to his armor save.
And this is from the Warlock Conclave?
Yes, and that goes off. So they're going to cast Witch Strike on a 4. Won't really matter, but oh no, they peril. I'm going to spend a command point. And they totally don't peril that time, but it doesn't go off, which is fine with me.
Now tell me everything going on here.
So he's got a +1 to his armor save. He will reroll his hits. He's -1 to hit because he advanced, and Honey cast her power Faithful Divergence on him, which
Is 1 reroll.
I can reroll a single hit roll, wound roll, or save throw for that unit.
So that bow is all buffed up. Is that the end of your psychic phase?
Yes.
Good psychic phase, Farseer.
It was pretty good.
Shooting phase, where do you want to start?
I'm going to start with this boat right here.
This Wave Serpent with twin bright lance and a shuriken cannon.
It's a boat.
This boat.
It's a flying, awesome boat that's
Let's-
going to reroll its hits on the land raider.
Trying to take out the land raider again? Didn't you learn?
Boom. Everything hits. Then the black dice on 5s and the white dice on 4s. Here's my dice roll, right?
Mm-hmm.
These 2 are wounds from the shuriken cannon at -3. This is a miss, this is a miss. I'm going to use the Faithful Divergence to reroll this, which 2 wounds at -4 for D6, and these are at -3.
All right, -3 is going to be 5s. 5s for my land raider. The wound goes through. Is that just 1?
Yep.
So but these are the lances.
Yep.
And these are going to be 6s. And I don't get either.
So that's going to be 2d6. And I'm going to spend a command point.
That's bold. You're going to get a 1 or a 2.
No, I won't. I won't.
So that's 8 wounds in total on my land raider, like half dead turn 1. You just did that.
Yeah.
You couldn't do that all game last week.
Take that.
Take that. Brutal. I'm going to get a D&D dice, and then we're going to talk about your next unit. And this boat is going to fire and fade.
Boat's going to fire and fade.
It's a very fast boat.
Wraith Lord.
Wraith Lord
At the land raider.
is shooting at the land raider.
He's going to hit
eyeing him up through here. He's like, I can kind of see you over there. I'm going to get you.
on 3s. And he hits twice.
Hits twice. Toughness 8.
Toughness 8, so they're both going to be 4s. The red dice is going to be the lance. Oh, so that's a wound at -2 for d6.
-2 is going to be...
I haven't spent my command point yet either.
You gonna do it?
I am. I mean, I rolled a 1, and now I rolled a 4, which is a wound at -4.
So this is a 6. Don't get the 6. This is a 4. I get the 4, I don't get the 6. Here comes the damage.
The d6 is 4 more.
Wow. Do you remember last game when you spent like 3 turns trying to do that?
Yeah, he's going to shoot at Brother Rimshot squad. Because he can't see the Land Raider. He'll hit on 3s, and he'll wound on... Wow, good shoot attacks. 3s, because it's all strength 6.
Ba, 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 ba.
So these are wounds at your save, and this is also at your save.
All right, so what we want here are 3s. 3s. And we do all right, but these got to be 6s. Nope, we lose a brother. Sorry, Brother Hanson, it's got to be you.
We're going to go 6 shots at Brother Rimshot squad.
6 shots at Rimshot. And the other 2 at this squad?
And the other 2 at that squad. So 6 at Rimshot. That want 4s because we moved.
I see 4 hits. I'm a toughness 4 Space Marine.
They want 4s because you're a Space Marine.
Oh,
There's
no!
3 wounds and 3 mortal wounds.
What's up with those guys being productive all of a sudden? All right, mortals are 5s. There's 3 wounds through. These are 3s. There's 5 wounds through. That's a Brother Hanson. That's a... Oh, yeah, I have my friend Farseer always remembering my rules for me. 6s. Nothing. That's a Brother Hanson. That's another Brother Hanson, and then that's going to be a wound on Brother Newman.
And then the other 2 at the Heavy Bolters. Hit 1, miss 1. Wound on a 5.
There's 1 wound on the Heavy Bolter squad.
Yes, sir.
All right, Brother Newman has taken a wound, and the Heavy Bolter needs 1 save, but he's in cover. He needs a 2, and he gets a 6, so we're okay down there. But all of a sudden, the Ranger is getting hot. So at the end of Eldar turn 1, Eldar are moving forward, moving out of the ruins that seem to be irrelevant in a game that they have to win. How does it feel to have a game that you have to win?
No pressure.
No pressure at all? After all, it's just Warhammer, right?
Or elves.
It's not like we've been playing this campaign for 3 months.
Zing.
Zing. It's the end of my movement phase. My jump Marines are still in space. I still have 2 characters and 5 tack Marines in this Rhino that has moved closer to the center objective. My Land Raider got so hurt and now is a defensive unit. I hadn't anticipated that. The end of my movement phase, the Chief Apothecary is going to restore a wound on Brother Newman. And the Chief Apothecary is going to return Brother Hanson to the squad because he's Chief Apothecary. My land speeder is staying back. I'll need it later in the game, I'm sure. And then this tactical squad has stayed put. And then this Vindicator tank has moved out of the cover, intending to put its cannon on the very magically protected Wave Serpent. I don't have a psychic phase because Greyfax is still in the car. So here comes my shooting phase. We're going to start here with the Vindicator tank firing the Demolisher cannon at the protected Wave Serpent. It's -1 to hit it. How many shots does it fire? It fires 2 shots. But I'm going to spend a command point.
You always get the 6.
Do I always get the 6?
Frequently.
I get a 5.
5's pretty good.
I'm going to hit this Wave Serpent on 4s because I'm -1. Oh, I've hit 4 of the times. And the Star Hunter Space Marine chapter are master artisans. But I still only hit 4 of the times.
Ouch.
Going to wound you on 3s. 3 wounds on the Wave Serpent. It's a -3 gun in the Devastator Doctrine. It makes it a -4 gun.
So I'm going to get a 6.
6s. I don't see any 6s.
I don't see any 6s.
Let's roll that damage up. Yeah, let's get some fresh dice out. Let's roll that damage now. We're going to get 3 6s right now. This is how that's going to be. Oh, no! That's going to turn into a 4, a 1, and a 1. For 6 wounds. Wah, wah, wah.
6 wounds, but I get 5 up field of pains now.
Because you have special
I have a
spells.
painful spell. I make 1 of them. So I take
5 wounds on you. Land Raider. Shooting at the Wave Serpent. The Land Raider has 4 wounds left, so it is hitting on 4s. The Wave Serpent advanced, making it -1, so these dice are hitting on 5s. The black dice are the las cannons. The white dice are the heavy bolters. The gold dice are the storm bolters. We want to hit you on 5s. I am a master artisan. I need my captain on the field. I have 2 hits from the las cannons, so that's all right.
Yeah, that
3s, 2 wounds, -4.
So I'll get 6s. And then damage.
Damage. All right, we're gonna blow this thing up now. Ready? Blow it up, blow it up, blow it up. We get 9 wounds, which becomes 4 and 3.
So 7 wounds that I get.
5 up 4 because of a wizard spell.
Yeah. That's 7. Hey.
Oh,
so
no.
I take 4 wounds.
This squad of Marines here are going to put 4. Oh, they didn't move, so they're going to put 8 bolter shots into the Wave Serpent, and then I'm going to spend a command point to fire a Hellfire shell into the Wave Serpent as well. Everything will hit on 4s. These tactical Marines have not moved, so they will enjoy the bolter discipline rule. The white dice will be the bolters. The red dice will be the Hellfire shell coming off of the heavy bolter. I have not dropped that command point in the bucket yet. We'll get there in a second. That is the Hellfire shell. I am hitting this boat on 4s. I am a master artisan. The Hellfire shells has missed. These shots have missed. These shots wound on 5s. There are 2 wounds at your regular save, Wave Serpent.
I'll get a 2 up. And then I'll get a 5 up.
Take 1 more wound. What's that Wave Serpent on now?
It's last bracket.
This Rhino is going to put 2 Stormbolter shots on this Wave Serpent. Oh, did that thing advance?
Yeah.
I've hit you twice. I've wounded you not at all. Rim shot on the Wraith Lord. I need 3. I hit. I need a 3. I've wounded at -4 on the Wraith Lord. Straight damage. Give me a 6. It's 3. The Wraith Lord gets 3. 6 I feel no pain for being oothed away. Looks like it takes all 3 wounds. That's going to be the end of my turn, though. No morale phase. Did anybody get First Blood? First Blood is still in play. And we're going to go on to Eldar turn 2. Take your time. You gotta win. You have to win this game, otherwise you're destroying this whole world. The Star Hunters have been going and hunting villains and relics for 10,000 years. They don't care anymore. It's just what they do. It's automatic. They don't care about Ere'Wen. They're not staying. They're gonna take the treasures, the souls of your ancestors, back up to space. What are you gonna do about it, Elf? At the end of Eldar movement phase, the Wraith Lord has come out of the ruin. He's brought his friend the Bone Singer with him. This Wave Serpent deposited the Dire Avengers over here, deposited them, and flew over here to be by the Bone Singer. The boat with the Banshee stayed put, didn't do anything, and the Warlock Conclave has stayed, Honey has stayed. These are the Dire Avengers that got out. They are looking to take on the Vindicator tank again. And that seems to be the end of Eldar movement. Unless, is Honey gonna try to summon a demon? Are you sure? She might die.
I got a 6 that feel no pain.
So the summoning spells. Gonna roll 3 dice. On a 2, she takes a mortal wound. On a triple, she takes D3 mortal wounds. She needs an 8 to get Eldrad.
She needs an 8 to get Eldrad.
Let's get that 8 right now. 3, 4, 5, 6. She pulls Eldred, but she does take a mortal wound.
She gets a 6 up to her. She doesn't get it.
She takes a mortal wound, however, she brings the man to the table. At the end of Eldar movement, we got a tactical game going on. I'm getting surrounded again, which seems to be a trend of the campaign. But Eldred has been pulled from the threads of time. Honey has performed some weird magic. Her soul may pay for it later, but she has brought Eldred or some shade of him to fight for the Eldar. And now it's time for their psychic phase.
Shadow Eldred.
Shadow Eldred. Are you starting your psychic phase with him? There are psychers everywhere. Oh my god.
Yeah, we're gonna psych it up. First thing I'm gonna do is, instead of psyching, the Bone Singer is gonna heal D3 on the tank for 1, which puts me back into a better bracket.
Mr. Farseer's psychic phase is so complicated that I had to get my cup of coffee.
Gonna doom the Land Raider on a 7. Totally goes off.
Land Raider is doomed.
Executioner on the closest unit, which is his tank.
You're gonna roll another 1 right now. Does it go off on a 5?
It doesn't go off on a 5, but I'm Eldred and I can reroll, and it goes off on an 11 for D3 mortal wounds. 2.
2 mortal wounds. I can save those on 5s because I'm warded. I save 1, so he gets 1. I'm down to 10.
Smite plus 2 for 9, 10, 11.
That's a super smite for just 1.
Yeah, I'm totally gonna use that command point. And another 1.
Ha, take that. We're gonna save that 1.
Oh.
We don't. So we are now down to 9 wounds on the Vindicator tank.
Warlock Conclave is going to cast Protect on the Wraith Lord to give him a 2 up.
Protect on the Wraith Lord.
Gotta go off on a 7.
There's a 9.
Totally goes up.
Wraith Lord is protected.
Witch Strike on a 4, just because you can, and it goes off on a 9.
What exactly does Witch Strike do?
It adds 2 to our damage.
So they're D3 plus 2?
Yes.
Brutal. Wow.
It's scary.
You're right, I do want to stay away from them. Now, Honey touched the Chaos Gods this turn. Is she strong enough to psych?
She's gonna psych. We're gonna see. Cast Guide on the injured boat.
There's your first peril.
Perils. And on a peril, she takes D3. 3 mortal wounds.
3 mortal wounds, which she saves them on.
But she saves them on 2s because she's got a Ghost Helm. She takes 1. The power still goes off though because
It was 6s.
it was 6, and then she's gonna give that 5 up invulnerable, or that 5 up feel no pain to the Wraith Lord. And she
On a
does
7.
peril, but it goes off. And then she's gonna cast Faithful Divergence on the Wraith Lord.
Does she need to spend a command point for that?
She can't because it's only a 6-inch spell. So she's gonna put it on the unit of warlocks, and it goes off.
So, let's talk about the psychic phase. In the psychic phase, Eldred did wounds to this tank and doomed the Land Raider. The Warlock Conclave boosted him somehow.
Yep, boosted themselves.
Boosted themselves, but they put something on him too, didn't they?
He's got +1 to his armor save, and a 5 up feel no pain.
And they are hitting way harder.
+2 to their damage, and they'll get to re-roll a single hit roll, wound roll, or damage roll. Or saving throw, I mean.
That is a whole bunch of psychic might.
Yeah.
Are you ready for your shooting phase? Dire Avengers versus Land Raider. The Exarch power is Blade Storm, so 6s are double hits.
We're gonna go hit you on 3s.
6s.
6s re-rolling because you're doomed. There's 1. 2. 2 wounds at -3.
Looking for 5s. Oh, I take both wounds. I also knocked over a Dire Avenger. But now I'm down to just 2 wounds. The Wraith Lord is shooting at the Land Raider. You've hit 2 of the times. Toughness 8.
Wounding on 4s.
You don't need the reroll.
-4, -2 for D6.
-2 is a 4-up. That goes through. This is a 6-up. They both go through. Well, that's going to do it. Because those 2 wounds plus, whatever. Let's find out if we blow up. Oh, it does, and I can't re-roll that anymore. So these men here, does a Land Raider do D3 or D6? I think it's D6, but let's
God machine.
because it's a god machine, but we're going to look it up first. Also, First Blood. Good job, Farseer. We have reviewed the rules. We've gotten into the book. We have opened the Sacred Tome, and we have found out that it is indeed D6 damage on these Tactical Marines. For another 6. That was just the cannons off of the Wraith Lord. We've blown up the Land Raider. We have killed the 2 Tactical Marines, and we still have Flamers to go. Are they in range of the Rhino? Boom. 2 Flamer hits. 7 hits. Toughness 7. 1 wound on 5s. I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wounds. Wow.
Yeah.
A Rhino. All right, can we talk for a second about how bad you rolled last week versus how good you're rolling this week? What's the difference? What's happened? Corn. I have made 4 of the saves. I have taken 1 wound down to 10. Here comes the Wave Serpent with the Bright Lances. This boat is empty. It is in a bracket, but not its bottom bracket because the Bone Singer has healed it.
So I'm going to re-roll my hits on stuff.
Re-rolling hits because of a psychic power?
Oh, yeah.
What's the name of that power? Guide, right?
Yeah.
Guide is re-rolling the hits on the Rhino.
Hitting on 4s over here.
We can re-roll that too.
Everything hits.
Everything hits. Toughness 7.
So we're going to wound it on 3s and 5s. And that's, I'm going to re-roll this one with a command point. And I don't wound. So 1 goes through at -4.
1 goes through at -4. I can't save -4 with a 3 up.
6.
For 3 more wounds, down to 7.
So this boat, Shuriken Cannon, 2 hits, wounds on a 5. That's 1 at -3.
-3 is going to be a 6. That's a 4. So that's going to be how many wounds?
Just 1.
Just 1 down to 6. And you got another gun on that boat, right?
Yep. Twin scatter lasers with 8 shots that hit on 3s, and not like that they don't. And wound on 5s. So it's 2 wounds at your regular armor.
Regular armor save is going to be 3s. And there's another one. Down to 5. He is in a bracket. Here's the Rangers. Who are they shooting at?
At Brother McIntyre.
McIntyre. Oh, yeah, it is a McIntyre.
Wounds.
Wounds. We need a 3. And we're good.
4 here. That's 2 wounds and a mortal wound.
The wounds are 2s. Uh-oh. And the mortal wound is a 5. So there's another man right there. Bam!
Is that a morale check?
Oh, of course it's a morale check.
And then 2 here. It's 2 mortal wounds and 2 wounds on this tank. Good job, man.
All right, the mortals. Yeah, they've been doing work for you. 5s for the mortals. Save 1 of those. 3s for the wounds. So he takes 1 more wound down to 8.
These guys are going to charge here. The Wraith Lord is going to charge the Rhino.
I'm going to overwatch here for sure.
Okay. That's a command point.
He's going to fire 3 times. Should I spend a command point, try to get 6? It's greedy, isn't it?
You're already spending the command point to
Nope. Nothing. Not a thing.
Dire Avengers. Really need a good roll.
They don't do it on a 6.
They don't do it on a 6.
Command point. Gonna silence my guns.
I really need your guns to be silenced.
Not on a 7. You needed an 8. Wraith Lord. Could be a big deal.
Not a big
Not on a 4, though.
Not on a 4. All right. Good charge phase.
So now we're into morale checks.
Yes.
Lost 3 men here. And they break. That's another man. And let's not roll a 1. So the heavy bolter stays put. That squad's dramatically hurt. My apothecary's super far away from them. I'm in trouble. I'm in big trouble. At the end of Eldar turn 2. So we are at the end of Space Marine movement phase. And the Farseer's talking mad junk because the Wraith Lord has a 2-up save currently, and a 5-up feel no pain, and a Ghost Glaive, and 2 Flamers, but whatever. Space Marines, and we're coming to get them. Because Captain Orpington doesn't sit on the ship, and he doesn't go for the weak foe. He goes for the Wraith Lord. Now this could be trouble, because I'll be in charge range of this Warlock Conclave, and they're super scary. Also, car full of Banshees here, but it's time for some offense, because I've lost my big gun on the table. So anyway, these men have arrived from space. I got Assault Marines, Captain Orpington, Chaplain Cooper, spending these 2 command points so Chaplain Cooper can sing the Canticle of Hate, giving everybody within 6 inches of him -2 to their charge. And then the command point Warlord trait the champion has lets everybody within 6 inches of him re-roll their charges. So we're going to try to get in. Everybody here's gotten out of the car. The car moved up a little bit, more of a roadblock than an offense. I moved these men down off of the landing pad because they're just getting shot up by snipers. And I don't think those snipers can see them anymore. They can't. So the snipers will have to shoot at tanks. And we'll see if Rimshot can't do some damage to this Wraith Lord. The Wave Serpent has come out from behind the landing pad, and it's going to eye up these Dire Avengers, as is Mr. Heavy Bolter, as is Mr. Vindicator Tank. Everybody wants to shoot at Dire Avengers. But now I have a Psychic Phase. Greyfax is here. And I could smite that beast, or I could cast the Scouring on it. Got to think about that. All right, after looking at my rules, Inquisitor Greyfax is going to cast the Scouring, and it's going to go off on a 6, and she's going to cast it on the Wraith Lord. And if it goes off, he'll be -1 to his attacks, so he'll have only 3 attacks. And then I will roll 2 dice, and if I beat his leadership, he'll be -1 to hit. So that's kind of cool. So first we're going to see if it goes off. I need a 6. I get a 5. Really? 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 It'd be nice if you had only 3 attacks coming back.
No, we're thick over here. You better watch yourself.
I'm going to spend a command point. And I'm going to cast the Scouring on an 8. Can you deny it, Bowsinger? Not on a 4. So, this beast now has 1 less attack. Can we mark that up with something? 1 less attack. Then we're going to roll 2d6. And if we get better than a 9, I wonder if it's better than or a. Equal to. I need to get a 9 here. And you will be -1 to your hit rolls. I'm going to beat your leadership on 2d6. But I don't do it. So the Wraith Lord's just -1 attack. Kind of unclimactic for the amount of time I spent on it.
It's a pretty cool power, though.
It's a cool power. We're going to go into the shooting phase. This is a Vindicator Tank. It is yet to be in a bracket. I'm not even going to check because it still has 8 wounds. It's going to shoot at these men here. Shooting at these men. It's going to shoot at them 6 times. You deserve it. You deserve it for being filthy Xenos. We're going to hit this filthy Xenos on 3s. Oh no. That's what I get for talking all that junk. 2 hits on the filthy Xenos, wounding on 2s. 2 wounds at -3 for d6 damage each.
I'm going to take my 5 of Invuln because my Exarch is a Shimmer Shield.
Oh, we're going to kill him right now. First one does 5. The second one does 3.
So
Can you get 5 6s?
On the first guy, yeah, he dies.
Wait, does that not have to go on the Exarch? That's
No.
the save is for the unit?
Yeah.
That's cool.
On the second guy, who might live, totally dies.
Totally does. So we've killed 2, and that's all right. This heavy-duty brother right here, all alone, missing his friends. Gonna put 3 heavy bolter shots in the Dire Avengers. It's gonna hit you 3 times. It's gonna wound you on 3s. It's going to wound you twice at -1 for 2 damage each.
-1 is going to be 5 up, which I don't make. 2 damage each. 6 is on the first guy. Dies. The second guy lives.
Hey!
The second guy lives.
Lucky duck. So these men are doing a good job surviving. Next in line will be this land speeder. It's going to put all of its deca into these men here. And let's finish them off. I want 3s. That's how we do it.
Ouch.
I've hit every time. The black dice are a heavy bolter. They'll wound on 3s. The white dice are an assault cannon. They'll wound on 2s. You got off okay. So there's 1 at -1 for 2, and there's 5 at -1 for 1.
It's all going to be a 5 up Invuln save.
You saved the heavy bolter.
So I save 2 of the assault cannon and the heavy bolter, 3 get through for 1 damage each?
Yes.
They're gonna be 6s. And I lose a guy. Ugh.
That's it, just one guy?
Yep. Because I rolled a 6 and a 6.
I've moved these men in such a way where the bolters can't see anything, but Brother Rimshot is going to put his las cannon into the Wraith Lord. It's time to kill the Wraith Lord. Then he hits. He's going to wound the Wraith Lord on a 3. He fails to wound, but it is command point time because I'm spending them. Still fails to wound the Wraith Lord. The Star Hunter Space Marine chapters are down to just 2 command points. But now we come up to the interesting part of the table. This is what's happening here. So, we're going to start with the champion. He's going to throw a grenade at the Wraith Lord. He's going to hit. That doesn't count. Strength 6, he doesn't wound. He does not wound. Grenades are out of range. Grenades are out of range. This squad here is going to be 1 flamer and 3 bolt pistols. Here's 3 bolt pistols. The flamer hits the Wraith Lord 6 times.
There's that 6.
The pistols, that's the one that blew up my Land Raider.
Yeah.
The pistols also all hit. So I have 9 hits, but we're going to wound on 6s. Put 1 wound on the Wraith Lord.
On a 2.
Take a wound, Wraith Lord.
5 up, feel no pain.
No, take a wound. Take a wound, Wraith Lord. Down to 6. The Inquisitor is going to fire her Condemner bolt gun. She's going to fire it at the Bone Singer. Does she get 1 or 2 shots?
Does she have a sniper roll against Psychers?
Yes, she has a sniper roll only against Psychers, and she can reroll the hit and reroll the wound against Psychers. I missed that last time.
That's pretty cool.
It is pretty cool because she's pretty cool, and she looks good in her very fancy hat.
Gosh, your arm is
She, no, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. Greyfax is going to hit the Bone Singer on a 3. But she rolls a 2, but because of her Ordo Hereticus, she can re-roll that. And she's still, well, that's super cocked. We'll roll it here. Nope, she still misses. Tactical squad, into the Wraith Lord. These 6 white dice are the bolt gun shots. These black dice are the grav gun shots. And these red dice are the combi plasma that Sergeant Kevorkian carries everywhere he goes. Sergeant Kevorkian is going to cook the plas. Everything hits on 3s. Yes. These are good. The red dice are going to wound on 3s. Everything else is going to wound on 5s.
Strike 9 on the plasma gun?
You're right. The plasma gun's going to wound on 4s, but it still wounds twice. -3 for 2 damage each. And then 1 bolter wound for -1 because it's turn 2.
The bolter wound is going to be a 3.
Saves it. -3 for the plas.
-3 for the plas is going to be 5.
5s. Take 4, Wraith Lord.
I'm going to spend a command point right there. And then I'm going to take 4 at 5 up, feel no pain.
No! No!
Lucky gambled at 1.
Alright, the first charge is going to be the Rhino is going into the Wraith Lord, and it is a 5-inch charge. Are you
2d6
overwatching?
Oh, yeah.
2d6 flamer.
I already threw the command point.
Oh, you got missiles coming too.
Oh, yeah. This is the flamer hits. 10 times.
10 times. Toughness 7.
This is the Bright Lance missile launcher. Really need 6s.
No.
10 times. Right here are a lot of 5s.
I see 3.
3 5s.
Alright, we need 3s here. Let's get some 3s. We've taken 2 wounds. We're down to 3. We're in our final bracket. This is into the Wraith Lord, a 5-inch charge. We get it on 11. The Assault Marines will charge next. They need 7 inches because the Canticle of Hate is being sung, and they can re-roll it for the command point Martial Exemplar Warlord trait. Looking for a 7. Can re-roll. The Assault Marines have decided that the Wraith Lord looks like a chore. They might not want to get in there. So,
They are afraid.
Chaplain Cooper. No, wait. Don't do it wrong. Captain Orpington is going in. He needs 7. That is super cocked, but the one's not going to do it. So, he can re-roll. He doesn't get in. Chaplain Cooper needs a 7. Chaplain Cooper makes it in. Chaplain Cooper wants it. Chaplain Cooper is scared of nothing and no one. Chapter Champion wants in. He has 4 inches maybe. He gets a 7. He's in. Bam. So I got a Rhino, a Champion, and a Chaplain who are in on this Wraith Lord. And we got to find out who's going to fight first. My men are in the fight. The Chaplain, the Chapter Champion, and the Rhino. The Farseer has command points to interrupt. The Wraith Lord is -1 attack, so he'll have 3 attacks coming back. I'm swinging first with the Chapter Champion. I'm going to hit it on 2s. I've hit it all the times. Downside is I'm going to wound him on 5s. Yeah, just 1. 2. I get 2 wounds. Do I have any command points left? I have a command point. We're going to try to get this into a 5. No, just 2 wounds on the Wraith Lord at -3 for 3 damage each.
-3 is going to be a 5.
3 damage each. So 6 wounds all day. Okay, that's the command point reroll. We need to make lots of 5s and 6s here.
Here we need 5. Here we need at least 1, but preferably several.
I see. Wow! Dude, that's not fair. I can't believe you keep doing that to me.
Down to 5 wounds.
Down to 5 wounds. Is he in a bracket now, though?
Now he's in a bracket. He'll let you back on 4s with 3 attacks after I spend these 2 command points to interrupt.
All right. The Wraith Lord is interrupting. It gets 3 attacks because of the spell on it.
I have already used my command reroll in the combat phase.
You were hitting on 4s.
Which was a hard choice to make, but...
Yeah, whiff right now, please. I see 1 hit, 2. I see 2 hits.
That are going to wound you on 2s.
Wounding me on 2s.
At
2 wounds.
-4 for D6.
Now, I've already spent a command point in my phase 2. Chaplain has a Rosarius. He makes 1, he fails 1. What is the damage? 5. Chaplain Cooper, you don't live. You are now dead. Thanks for being here, sir. The Rhino will get 1 attack, hits on a 6. It hits.
Ah!
It's going to wound you on a 5. Fails to wound. So, at the end of Space Marine turn 2, ow, I want a morale check on those dire Avengers.
They lost 4.
5, they're fine.
Rock,
Oh.
solid, dire Avengers.
This, I can't believe you made all those saves.
Corn.
I can't. Corn. I got a message and I turned my phone off. So the Bone Slinger has healed the Wraith Lord for 3 wounds, bringing him back up to 8 wounds.
Then, as long as we're buffing the Wraith Lord, what we're going to do is we're going to use Fortune on the Wraith Lord, so that he has that cool 5-up, feel no pain. And that doesn't go off, but I can use the Runes of the Farseer, because I'm casting with Honey. And it totally goes off on a 9, and Honey is going to cast Faithful Divergence, which I can reroll a single hit roll, wound roll, or save for that unit on the Warlocks, because they're within 6 inches. And it goes off. She's going to cast Guide on the Wraith Lord.
Guide on the Wraith Lord.
So, and it totally goes off.
So the Wraith Lord is now guided.
He's going to reroll his hits with his ranged weapons. Then, Eldrad.
Gonna smite the rhino.
Gonna smite the rhino. Goes off on an 8. I don't think you can deny Eldrad, so it's just gonna be D3.
Too far away to deny.
It's gonna be D3 for 2.
2. We're gonna save those though with warded.
Wow.
The rhino doesn't want to die yet today.
I'm gonna cast Executioner, which goes off on the closest model, which is the rhino. On 9, because I'm +1.
Still can't deny. How many wounds is that?
That's gonna be D3 for 1.
5 or 6. There's a 6. Eldrad is not as powerful as my rhino.
And then I'm gonna doom the chapter champion.
Eldrad is going to doom the chapter champion.
Goes off.
The chapter champion is doomed.
With the warlocks, they're gonna protect the Wraith Lord so that he has that awesome 2-up.
I'm going to deny it.
Nope. The 2's not off to a good start, but I roll a 7.
All right, we are going to deny that with Greyfax. We need an 8. She gets a +1 on her deny. She denies you. You are denied.
That's fun. Drain the chapter champion so that he's -1 to hit me in close combat. And it doesn't go off, but I'm gonna spend a command point to re-roll that. And it doesn't go off again.
Sweet. So are we heading into your shooting phase now?
We're gonna go into my shooting phase.
Where are you starting?
I'm gonna start with this tank at the land speeder.
This tank here at the land speeder.
2 bright lances. Hit 1.
Because you're in a bracket.
This is a 4. This does not hit. And I wound you on a
Toughness 6.
2 or a 3. Excuse me. That does hit.
Yay! Land speeder
And then the
lives.
shuriken cannon hits you 2 times.
Toughness 6.
Wounds you 2 times and 1 at -1.
2 times and 1 at -1.
No, 2 times, but this one is a.
All right, so the
There is
-1,
-3.
-3 is a 6.
Because it's a shuriken.
That's so cocked I can't read it. That 3 doesn't save. So there's a wound, and then the other one's a 3, and that gets through. So, or that's safe. So I need to put this dice here under my land speeder with 5 wounds to go.
The Wraith Lord is going to shoot everything at the chapter champion.
Everything at the chapter champion. Everything.
Everything.
Now he's -1 with his heavy guns, correct?
Yes, but I'll re-roll the hit because I'm guided, and I'll re-roll the hit wound because you're doomed.
Is he no longer in a bracket with that 8?
He is not in a bracket.
So he's hitting on 4s then?
On 4s. Here's the 2d6 flamer hits. 8. These will wound on 4s. So there's 5 wounds there.
Wow.
And then the Bright Lance and the Missile Launcher that hit on 4s. Both hit and wound on 2s. At -4 and at -2.
Wow. All right, so these are 2s. And take a wound. These are 5s for the combat shield. Take those 2.
Those are d6. So for 8 more.
8 more. So he's dead. However, he has 1 campaign upgrade, and that is a free life. So he has died. Bam. But we're going to roll this dice for 2, and he gets to stand back up because he has a free life. And the chapter champion still manages to be in the fight. And that's Fancy Pants campaign rules for you. Dire Avengers, who are like mad at this dude here. He's going to have a 2-up. He's going to have a 2-up. We're going to live.
It's not gonna be.
Oh, look at all that.
Wounding on 4s. That's at -3. These are at your regular armor save.
So I have 4 3s and 1 5. This is a 5. He makes it.
Oh my god.
These are 3s. No, there's 2s. Oh, he takes just 1. He's still got a wound left.
He's still 2, 4, 2.
Sounds great. Not meaning to overcomplicate, but we love our bunker.
2 hits.
2 hits.
2 wounds.
Toughness
Or no,
6.
yeah,
No
because
wounds.
you're a land speeder. 4.
4 dice on this heavy duty guy here.
3 hits. No wounds.
Sweet.
2. No hits.
Oh, that rocks.
That tank there is just gonna shoot at the land speeder.
That's a land speeder. I'm
The
sorry.
land speeder.
Didn't mean to talk you out of it. Toughness 6.
Everything hits.
Everything hits. Toughness 6.
Strength 6, so everything's going to wound on 4s. And that's definitely some.
Any AP on those weapons?
Go for it.
These are just 3s.
Yep.
I'm making 3s.
Oh.
I make all of them. It's going to be 10 pistol shots. That looks like they hit a lot. Toughness 4.
4s. And that's 2, 3, and 1 at -3.
3. All right. -3 is a 6. These are 3s. I take a wound on a tactical marine. It is now the Eldar charge phase. Who is charging first?
The Banshees are going to charge. They're going to charge Greyfax and the Tac Squad.
I am not allowed to overwatch Banshees. They just get to go.
They get a 10, so they get a 13.
They get a 10, so they get a 13.
I think they're in. Their Avengers are going to charge the tank. They're in.
They are in. Command point for Supreme Disdain. 6s in close combat for the Banshees will explode. Supreme Disdain on the Banshees. And they are attacking Greyfax and the Tactical Squad. How many Banshees are going into Greyfax?
7 Banshees on the Tac Squad and 2 Instudia on the Inquisitor.
And which blob would you like to start with?
I'm going to start with the 2 and the Exarch on Studia.
All
They're
right.
going to hit on 3s, and 6s will explode. So we'll wound you on 3s because you're
Toughness 3.
just a puny human.
She is just a human.
So that's 6 to hit on the Exarch did a mortal wound.
All
And
right.
In addition to that, you've got 4 wounds to save at -3.
These are all in -3. She's in power armor. These are 6s. She doesn't get any of them, plus the mortal wound. I'm fairly certain the Inquisitor just died.
7 Banshees on the tactical marines. Here we go. We're gonna hit on 3s, and 6s will explode. Yeah. Wounding on 4s.
This is 6 wounds at -3. I need 6s again. I get 1. I lose 2.5 men. He had a wound, so I lose 3 men.
So now
These-
the Avengers are gonna find 3s.
Hit me a bunch.
We're gonna wound you on 6s. Oh. Oh well. Good work,
So
guys.
now it's my turn to pick a combat. And of course, I have to pick this man. He did not charge this turn, so he only has 5 attacks. He's going to hit the Wraith Lord on 2s. He's hit the Wraith Lord every time. He's going to wound the Wraith Lord on 5s. And I'm going to spend a command point to re-roll one of these. But I don't get through, so I won't kill it. But 2 have gotten through at -3 for 3 damage each.
-3 for 3 damage each is gonna be 5s.
And 3 damage.
I too will spend a command point.
Oh, gonna try to make that save? Your 5's because of a spell, right?
Yep, and I
And
do.
you've made both.
Next to swing is gonna be the Wraith Lord.
He is -1 to hit because I'm a chapter champion. And does Greyfax's spell last till the end of the turn?
Until your next cycle.
To my next second, but she's dead now.
She got power off.
Fine. So he has 1 less attack, and he's -1 to hit because I'm chapter champion.
So I'll hit you on 4s.
Hitting me on 4s with 3 attacks. Hit
And
me
I reroll the
twice.
hit because I'm guided.
Hit 3 times
And I wound you on 2s.
because I'm toughness 4.
And those are all at -4 for d6.
The chapter champion carries a combat shield, which saves him on 5s. We need 3 5s right now. It's 6, 5, and 5. This one, and one of those 2.
Whatever.
You're amazed.
I mean, I think that one's a little cocked.
All right.
I'm looking at a 4, but
We'll re-roll this one. So we'll call that a 2.
for d6.
For D6. For 4. That's going to kill him. Bam. You're dead. But it was nice to have you in the game, sir. Is that the end of combat? The tank's got to swing back.
Tank's got to swing back.
got
Your
D.
tank Marines have to swing back.
Oh wait, it's got 3 because I'm not bracketed yet. So it hits you once,
Nice.
and that's super cocked, and it wounds you once. Regular save.
That's going to be 4 up.
I won that combat.
Yeah, you did.
These men were charged. 5 attacks. There's a sergeant there.
-1 to hit.
-1 to hit. I've hit you twice, but I'm a master artisan. I've hit you 3 times. I'm going to wound you on 3s. I've wounded you twice at your regular save.
That's going to be a 4 up because of an aspect warrior. Make 1 fail 1, and I need a 6 up fail no pain that I don't get.
We have killed 1 banshee. Morale checks are needed here. I only see the 1 now. So I've lost 3 men, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that's the next guy.
But you shall know no fear because you're Space Marine.
No, that rule has changed. Did you watch my last battle report?
I did not.
I was cheating you then.
Okay.
Rhino needs a 6.
I mean,
It hits. Rhino needs a 5. Nothing. So now at the end of Eldar, turn 3. The Vindicator is trapped. This man is still alive. This thing is still alive. I got boats in my house. My Inquisitor is dead. Most of my tactical Marines are dead. My champion is dead. My chaplain is dead. And it's time for my captain to do his job. That's what time it is. In Space Marine turn 3. After my movement phase, on turn 3, the Vindicated tank is completely stuck in and will stay there until rescued. This man made the move he should have made last turn and got out of sniper fire range. He's still within 3 of the objective, but he's not getting shot at over here anymore. He can still get shot at over here. You know, troubles everywhere. The Chief Apothecary has returned Brother Hanson to the squad, and Brother Hanson will be able to shoot at a Banshee. These 2 men are still can't see anything because they want to hold the objective. The land speeder has moved up, probably going to shoot at the Banshees. These Assault Marines and Captain Orpington have moved forward to deal with the threat of the Wraith Lord, and it's daunting. It really is, and this Rhino has fallen back. Now it's only turn 3. We could go on to turn 7, and this objective is clearly the Eldars. This objective is clearly the Space Marines. This objective is in a rocky state. And this one here is up to grabs. I'm already down 2 points because Linebreaker will be scored and First Blood has been scored. So I need 3 objectives. It's getting grim around here. I need the Wraith Lord to not roll a bunch of 6s on his saves. But we're going to head into my Psychic phase next because Captain Orpington can cast a power or deny a power. He knows Null Zone, which doesn't apply here. So he's going to smite. Captain Orpington has a smite. Oh, I'm sure someone's in deny range. But the captain is going to smite the Wraith Lord. And it goes off on an 8.
I'm going to deny with Honey because she can re-roll her deny. It does
There's
go
a
off on a 6.
But she's going to re-roll.
She gets to choose. Which once in each psychic phase, you can re-roll any number of dice used for this model's attempt to manifest or deny a psychic power. So I'm going to choose to re-roll just the 1. Because that's a 10. And a 10 totally denies your
My smite has been denied. Space Marine shooting phase. This tank cannot fire. Its weapon is a blast weapon. This heavy duty brother here is going to fire his heavy bolter at this injured wave serpent. Heavy bolter hits on 4s because of your crystal targeting matrix, right? No, vectored engines. Master Artisan. We'll call that dice cocked. It's the rocks. We want 5s to wound. We get 1 wound on the wave serpent and -1.
It's going to be a 4.
And there's the save. All right, got to keep moving. Brother Rimshot will put his last cannon into the Wraith Lord, and Brother Hanson will put a bolt shot into the Banshee. Brother Hanson just came back from the dead, so we'll treat him like he's moved. I need 4s to hit. No, it's 3s because it's shooting.
Yep.
I want 3s on both dice. So Brother Hanson's a Master Artisan. Brother Hanson has missed the Banshees, but the last cannon has hit the Wraith Lord and now wants a 3. But we get a 1. And yeah, it's time to spend that command point. Good thing I held on to it. Time to get that 3. Still a 1. The Wraith Lord receives no wound. The captain is going to throw a grenade at the Banshees. He gets to throw 6. He hits on 2 because he's a captain. He can reroll 1 because he's a master artisan. And then he's going to wound on 4s because the grenade is strength 3. There are 3 wounds on the Banshees at their regular save.
They need 4s. Then they need a 6. And I lose a Banshee.
This squad of Assault Marines will shoot their guns at the Banshees. That'll be a Flamer that hits twice. And that'll be bolt pistols. And they hit 3 times. So 5 hits all day at strength 4 are going to wound Banshees on 3s. And there's 3 wounds on the Banshees, regular armor save.
3 wounds on the Banshees on the regular armor save is going to be 4s. And it's going to be a 6.
We lose 1 more Banshee. The Landspeeder Tornado is going to do its best to finish these Banshees off. Hits on 3s. The white dice wound on 2s. The black dice wound on 3s. So these are 5 wounds. They are all AP1. The white dice are 1 wound. The black dice are 2 wounds.
All AP1 is going to be 5s.
Look at that, though.
Make a couple. Better than half. So this is a
1 wound
6
and 2
up
wounds.
on the first girl, and the second girl also dies.
So we've lost 2 more Banshees. It'll be a morale check. It's the best I got. Is it really all I got left? Brother McIntyre is going to put a pistol into this Wave Serpent, the hurt one.
-1 to hit.
He misses, but he's a master artisan.
Oh,
He
yeah.
totally misses, though, because he's -1 to hit. Put the captain and the assault squad into the Wraith Lord. We're going to start with the Assault Marines.
Yeah, I'm going to Overwatch.
Of course you are.
2d6 from the Flamers. 5 hits. And then the missile launcher and the Bright Lance. But the missile launcher hits. I get to reroll the Bright Lance because I'm guided. And the Bright Lance does not hit. This will be a 2 at -2. And these will be 4s. And that's 1 more at your regular armor save.
Regular armor save is going to be a 3. That's a cock dice. 3. So there's a wound. And then the other one is -2. So looking for a 5. So there's 2 goes through. But the first one was just a wound.
For 4 damage.
And the second one's just going to kill that guy off. Bam. So now the Assault Marines get in with an 8. Smash. 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 And then Captain Orpington, of course, will go in as well. And he is in with a 10. What's up? This is Space Marine Captain Orpington. He gets 4 attacks for being a captain. 1 for each Lightning Claw. 1 for Shock Assault. 1 for being the Emperor's Sword. He's going to roll 8 dice now, and he's going to hit on 2s. He can re-roll 1 of these because he's a Master Artisan. So he has hit 7 times. I have 1 command point left. Just 1. We'll hold on to it. We've hit 7 times. Now, here's the trick. I need 5s to wound, but with Lightning Claws, I get to re-roll this. Looking for 5s. I get 1. This is important stuff here. I need a handful of 5s and 6s now. I get 2 more. And no command points because I can't re-roll a re-roll. Those are 3 wounds at -2 for 2 damage each.
-2 is going to be a 4.
Take 2, but 6s. 5s because of a spell, right?
I'm going to spend my command reroll. And totally be fine.
Are you out of command points now?
I'm out of command points, but I shrug your cat.
This is the assault squad, and each man on the squad has a different weapon. This man with 2 pistols, I assure you, one of those pistols hits just like a chainsword. The white dice are the chainsword. The red dice are the eviscerators. They hit on 4s. The black dice are the power sword on the sergeant. And the yellow dice, the cream dice, are the man with the flamer hitting with the butt of his gun. We're going to hit on 3s and 4s on the red dice. But these are hits. Everything wounds on a 5 because an Eviscerator is not strength 8 anymore. It is strength 7 now. So we on 5s. So we got 1 at -3, 1 at -1, and that's what we got.
So I need a 3 and a 1 at -3 is a 5. And then 6 up field no pain. But I don't care.
So now the Wraith Lord gets to swing back.
He's going to put all of his hits on the captain.
Everything on the captain.
He swings 4 times, that hit on 3s, and wound on 2s. At -4 for D6.
-4 is going to be my Iron Halo saves. Come on, Captain. I make 2 command point. Iron Halo. The captain is alive for another day. We got this combat over here to do, and it's your turn. You swing first.
3's over here. Oh yeah. You want 6s still? Nothing.
Nothing, but the Vindicator's going to swing back.
Yeah.
And we want 6s. Not a 1.
All right.
Now, morale.
The Banshees
The
lost
Banshees.
4.
5, 6, 7, 8.
They are fine.
An Exarch is leadership 8. They are fine. That is the end of Space Marine turn 3. At the end of Eldar movement, these Die Avengers have no reason to go anywhere else all game. These Rangers in the house are comfortably scoring line breaker. This tank did not move. This tank moved and feels like it's going to have that objective in a second. As well as the Howling Banshees have come forward to be a problem. I needed to kill way more of them last turn than I did. Eldred has moved towards the scrum. The Warlock Conclave has moved towards the scrum. The Bone Singer, without a care in the world, has stayed right put. The Wraith Lord is stuck in. Farseer Honey is still holding the objective. The Eldar are feeling good about their position, and now we are entering their psychic phase.
Gonna protect the Wraith Lord. That totally goes off.
And that's his Feel No Pain?
That's his +1 to his armor save. They're actually gonna cast their awesome +2 damage power.
2 damage power.
On a 4. And that's an 11. Honey is going to cast Guide on the Wraith Lord so he can reroll his hit rolls with his ranged weapon. And that goes off on an 8. Then she's going to give him that awesome 5 with Feel No Pain on 7. That goes off on an 8. Eldred is going to cast, I'm going to Doom the Rhino. And that goes off on a 10.
Eldred is now +1 to cast. What's next?
Mind War on Captain Orpington.
Mind War on Captain Orpington.
It's going to go off on a 7. And it goes off on an 8.
We're going to try to get rid of this one. We're going to try to beat that 8. Orpington gets a 5 and a cocked dice. Gets a 5 and a 4 is a 9. I beat it.
Executioner on the tank, because it's the closest unit. Goes off on 9 for 3.
3, but I am awarded tank. Bam. I foil 1, so I'm down to 3 wounds. Bottom bracket.
Conk.
Is that the end of your psychic phase? Command point?
I'm going to spend my command point to smite the closest unit.
Gonna smite that tank?
+2 for 7.
7, I can't deny anymore.
3 cocked.
For just 1 wound, can I ward it? I cannot. Down to 2 on the Rhino. About to head into Eldar turn 4 shooting phase after we eat.
We're going to start with the tank.
Which
Here
tank? This heavily bracketed tank.
The land speeder. He's not in his last bracket, he's in his middle bracket.
He's gonna hit on 4s.
He's gonna hit on 4s with his shuriken cannon. And he hits you 1 time. And he wounds you 1 time at -3.
1 wound at -3. On the land speeder, it's gonna be a 6. And I get a 3. What's the damage?
1.
Just 1, down to 4.
Twin Bright Lance. Hit 1, miss 1.
Hit 1.
Wound on a 3. And I do not.
So we got 4 wounds left on the land speeder.
So we got the tank on top of the hill on the landing pad. It's going to shoot everything at the land speed. We want 3s, 4s, because I'm expensive. So it's going to be 1 at -3.
Good.
And 3 at your regular armor save.
1 at -3 and 3 that are 3s. So -3 is a 6, and I get a 5. And my regular armor save is 3s, and I've lost 2 wounds. Down to 2. All of the banshees are at the land speeder.
And they're going to hit you on 3s.
I see 3 misses.
They're going to wound you on 5s.
They don't shoot well, but that's not what they do. We're not here to shoot. We're here to chop people's heads off.
The warlocks are going to shoot first at the rhino. And they hit you 4 times.
4 times.
They
Toughness
wound you
7.
on 5s and 6s. Strength 4, toughness 7 is 5s and 6s.
I see 1 wound.
Rerolling the wound because you're doomed.
Oh, I see lots of wounds.
So there's 3 wounds and 1 at -3.
All right, we can save this. Because we have to save this.
Do you really have 6 wounds left?
No, I don't. I have 3 wounds left. I don't know how that 6 got there. For some reason, I want to say I had 2 wounds left. On a 4, 5, or 6, it was 3. It was 3. So what do I got? To make 1 that's a 6. That is gone. So that's down to 2. And then these are my regular armor save. There's 3 of them?
Yeah.
3s. The rhino is now dead. Does it blow up? Do you want it to blow up?
Not really.
Not really. You got a lot of stuff going on down here, don't you?
I got a lot of guys standing right there. Yeah.
Like the whole scrum is down here.
Yeah. I mean, it's going to do a lot of damage if it blows up.
If I could make it blow up for a command point, I would. Give me a 6 right now. You gonna call that cocked for the foam?
Oh, yeah.
There's a 6 right there. And after the dust settles, it looks like this. These warlocks have taken a wound. The Bone Slinger's down to just 1 wound. Wraithlord has 7 wounds. Orpington has lost 1 wound, and this squad has lost a wound. We got to give him his proper wounds. So, that was shooting from pistol shots from Warlocks and Aldrad. Who else has to fire yet?
The Wraithlord's going to shoot at Captain Warburton, and he hits you 2 times. The black dice is the bright lance, wounds you on 2s. There's 2 wounds at -4.
All right. Can I have those 2 dice? The black dice is the bright lance, and the red dice is the missile launcher. I want 4 up Iron Halo saves. I'm going to call this dice cocked. That hurts. How many command points do I have? Just the 1, huh? Just the 1. We're going to spend my last command point. Need a 4. It's that same 3.
D6, 5.
5.
5 damage.
The captain is no longer in the game. God, you just hate surviving games, don't you?
In the charge phase, I'm going to charge the warlocks into the assault marines.
I am stuck in and cannot
They're totally
overwatch.
in on 10.
All right, we'll move them in a second. Who else is charging?
Banshees into Brother McIntyre and the attack squad.
Not allowed to overwatch.
They're into the 6.
Of course they are. Is anybody else charging?
Which is a 9. No, that'll be all the charge.
So, Chargers fight first. Where would you like to start?
I'm going to start with the warlocks.
Starting with the Warlocks.
You're going to get 12 attacks.
Did they have their fancy power go off?
Yeah.
So this is going to hurt, huh?
It might. I mean, it's going to be your regular armor save, but
You're hitting on 2s though, right?
I hit on 3s. Because we're
3s.
just warlocks. You know, we're not Eldar.
So I see 5 misses. That's good.
We're going to wound you on 2s because we always wound on 2s. Those are at your regular armor save, but they're for D3 plus 2.
Here are 5 dice, and we're looking for 3s. I missed 3 of them. D3 plus 2 is just killing Marines, because the plus 2 is doing it. So you were already gone, and you were already gone. You need to stand up, sir. Eviscerator or Sergeant? We'll leave the Sergeant, because he's got a combat shield. The Banshees will play a Supreme Disdain. White dice on the attack squad, black dice on Brother McIntyre. Black dice is Sudia, the Howling Banshee Exarch. Not bad rolling.
Then she wounds on 4s. Wound on 4s.
I see 4 wounds all day.
At -3, and the black one's for D3.
Alright, we want 6s. And then we want 6s. So we lose a man. And then D3 on the black one is going to be a 6. And then D3. For just 1 wound, we want another 6. So we have to kill a man. And it has to be you or I'll lose coherency. And then we need to put a wound on McIntyre. Now I get to pick, and it's got to be this man with the power sword. Because he's not long for the world. He was charged this turn. So he gets shock assault. And I'm going to put my swings on the wizards. Hitting on 3s. I get to reroll 1 because I'm a master artisan. And then I'm going to wound you on 3s. Because you is a squishy elf. 2 wounds, -3 squishy elf.
On the warlocks?
On the warlocks.
It's going to be, they're 4 up a rune on you?
Oh, they're just fine. McIntyre is going to hit on 3s. Look at 4 2s. He's still 4 2s. He's going to wound on a 3. There's 1 wound at -1. Actually, it's -2 because I'm in the assault phase now because we're in turn 4.
It's going to be a 6 then. And then it's going to be a 6 up Philippine.
So we've lost a girl here. Pink.
The Rage Lord.
Oh, I kind of thought that this was just kind of
He hits you 3
assumed.
times and wounds you 2 times.
Combat shield.
It's an invuln thing, right?
Yep, 5 up.
You only got to make 2?
I don't make either.
Well,
That's the end of him.
back with your attack needs and
4 Marines to
Consolidate
fight.
my men.
I want 3s. I'm a master artisan. And then, oh wait, I want 4s because we're close combat and war shout. And then I want 3s. 3 wounds on the banshees at -1. That's 2 of them. That's 2 of them. Splat, splat. Space Marine turn 4, which is the bottom of turn 4. Farseer Honey has stayed put all game. That's her objective. It's not threatened and it won't be. Eldrad is moving up the table. This mass of power feels very comfortable is moving up the table. My Sergeant Kevorkian, has fled the ruin and he is going to see if he can put a couple shots up there. The Land Speeder Tornado is going to try to fire into the Warlocks and try to break some of their power down. This tank has to go unanswered. I don't have anything for it. These men will shoot their pistols into Banshees, and this man here will try to finish this Wave Serpent. It is a new command phase for me, so I get a point. Sergeant Kevorkian has returned Brother Newman to the table. Eldrad, because he is the Fate Reader, also has just scored himself a point because it's the Eldar's game, and good for them too. Good for them. I don't have a psychic phase anymore. Anyone who I could call a psyker is dead. So we're going to start with shooting. We're going to start with Sergeant Kevorkian's going to cook his plasma gun and fire it into this Wave Serpent. Sergeant Kevorkian is hitting on a 3 because the Wave Serpent has not moved. We want that 3. I get 2 5s, 5 and 5. Sorry, Mr. Landspeeder, I didn't mean to bump you there. And you were on 2 wounds. Wound on 3s. There are 2 wounds on this Wave Serpent at -3 for 2 damage each.
6s. Make 1 fail.
Make 1. Do you make your... There's another one. And it was only 1 because you got a Serpent Shield. Oh, Eldar. This heavy-duty brother here is going to fire his heavy bolter up at the same Wave Serpent. I want 3s. I am a master artisan. Only 1 hits. And it fails to wound. So, in this combat here, there are 4 tactical Marines. They're going to shoot their bolt pistols. at the Howling Banshees. We want 3s. And we're Master Artisans. We've hit the Banshees twice. Now we want 3s again. There are 2 wounds at -1 because we are in the assault phase.
We want 5s then.
We've lost a girl. Chief Apothecary McIntyre has a bolt pistol at Sudia. He hits her. He wounds on a 3 at -1. She is just fine. The final bit of shooting in my phase is the Landspeeder Tornado is going to fire into these wizards. I hit on 3s. So there's still 6 hits. These wound on 3s. What? What? That's 1 wound at -1 on the Warlock Conclave, and that's it.
4 up and ball.
Take a wound.
6 up feeling pain. Kill 1.
Killed 1 Warlock. I'm going to charge the Landspeeder into Sadia. And I get there with boxcars. Alright, it's absolutely blowing my mind that a Landspeeder Tornado has 3 attacks that hit on 3s at strength 4. So we want 3s. We are a Master Artisan. We have 2 hits. We want 3s to wound. Just 1 wound. And I'm not going to say -1 because God knows what they're hitting with. It's the assault phase, but whatever. Just 1 wound. That's a 6. And now you get to pick someone to swing.
It's gonna be Sudia.
Who's she swinging at? Tech Marines or Apothecary?
Brother McIntyre.
She's
3
hit 3 times.
So
Toughness
1 mortal
4.
wound.
There's a mortal wound. All right, let's save that mortal wound right now because we're talking about it. Need a 5. There's a 4. That's going to be down to 2 wounds, Brother McIntyre.
Needs 4s to wound. There's 2 wounds at -3 for D3.
All right, 2 wounds at -3 is going to be 6s. There's 1 6. That dice is super cocked. Oh, there's a 5. So do your D3. Just 1, huh?
I'm gonna spend that command point I just earned to do 2 instead.
Uh-oh. So, I need at least 1 6 here to live. Give me a 6. He lives. Down to 1 wound. Yes. Yes, Brother McIntyre. And now, take your 4 attacks. Strike down your foe. Not like that. Hits twice. He wounds her once at -1.
Gonna be a 5.
She will not die ever. That is the end of Space Marine turn 4. Going into Eldar turn 5, where he only has 2 objectives. He doesn't even have this objective. That's my objective, because I'm objective secured. Does he want to save the spirits of his ancestors? Or is he just a bloodthirsty savage Xenos with no respect for tradition or the loss that came before? Bonesinger has healed the Wraith Lord for 1 wound.
Eldrad is gonna doom the land speed.
McIntyre still has a deny.
It doesn't go off.
But he's not within 24, so he
And
can't
it doesn't
do
go
it.
off.
Sweet.
He's gonna cast Executioner on this guy. 'Cause he's close.
What?
And it goes off for D3.
Do you remember when I shot Honey with the cannon? That's what that's like.
Yeah.
D3. Give me 5s and 6s. To heck with you, Eldrad. Takes 1 wound.
These guys are going to jink this guy, so he'll be at -1 for his armor. And that doesn't go off on 6. So now in the shooting pistol at the Landspeeder. Hits. Doesn't wound. This tank at the guy. I'm sorry, the shuriken cannon is 3 shots, hits twice. Wounds once at -3.
Once at -3 is going to be a 6. No. Sorry, man. You sure are heavy duty, though. Thanks for being in the game.
And then, because it's my turn, you get to pick who fights first.
Just like that?
Yep.
Are you charging
No,
these
yeah, I'm
guys?
charging these guys here. There we go. Yeah. These guys want 3s.
And you always wound on 2s. So 4 wounds to save. Let's see what you can do, Brother Kevorkian. Ready? We have failed 2 of the saves. He is certainly very dead. Thank you for playing today. Goodbye, sir. Brother McIntyre, with his chainsword, into Sudia. He is a master artisan. He's hit her 4 times. He will wound her on 3s. He has wounded her 3 times at -1 for having a chainsword. Actually, it's -2 because we are in the assault phase. Or assault doctrine, I should say. At the end of Eldar, turn 5. I'm at the end of Space Marine, turn 5. Honey's still on the objective. Eldrad, Bonesinger, Wraithlord, they're on this objective. They're looking strong. This Warlock Conclave, who've done well today, they're on their way up. The Chief Apothecary is going to use his Chief Apothecary power to heal 3 wounds, not D3, and to bring a man back to the board. Where is Brother Hansen? Returning Brother Hansen to the board. That's what he has done. These men hold this objective. This objective is contested. The Eldar have 2 objectives, and they have First Blood, Slay the Warlord, and Linebreaker. I don't know if I can win this game. We're going to play it out, though. But what needs to happen is this needs to die in order for me to actually have that objective. So, this whole squad of TAC Marines is going to shoot here. All of these dice from the tactical squad into the Wave Serpent. 3s. That is a cocked dice. I am a master artisan. The white dice will wound the Wave Serpent on 5s. The red dice will wound it on a 3. There are 2 at irregular armor save and 1 at -3.
2 or 3s. And 1 at -3 goes through.
For 5 wounds.
Let's go for 4 wounds. 6 wounds all day. I want 6s. Oh, does he blow up? He does not.
Land Speeder Tornado onto the Wizards. The Imperial dice are the Heavy Bolter. The white dice are the Assault Cannon. Coming down here at your Wizards. Pardon me, Warlocks. 3s. Then everything is also going to wound on 3s. No, the white dice are 2s. But everything wounds. Everything is -1, and 3 of them are for 2 damage.
This is going to be
Invulnerable saves.
4 up and 1.
So we've lost 2 Warlocks.
No, at least 3 all day.
3 all day. Well, that's not incredibly bad, but that is quite literally my shooting phase. This is the end of Space Marine turn 5. So now we have to figure out if the game goes on. If the game ends here, it's an Eldar win because he has 2 objectives. I have 2 objectives, but he has Linebreaker, First Blood, and Slay the Warlord. So I need the game to go on, and I need to get Killy still. I don't know how I'm going to pull it out. Do you want to roll the dice? On 1 or 2, the game is over. The game goes on.
And then we're going to go into our psychic phase.
Eldar Psychic Phase, turn 6.
D3 back on this guy.
For 2.
He's totally healed.
Oh.
Feels great about life. Eldrad is going to cast Mind War, I think? Oh, yeah. We're going to cast Mind War.
I'm going to deny you.
Yeah, you are. I'm going to reroll that because it doesn't go off. And it totally goes off on a 10.
Wow. That's brutal. No, I'm going to hold on to that deny.
So leadership 10 against your leadership.
Is going to be 9 because I'm also an inspiring leader. I got a 2.
I got a 4.
So that's going to be 3 wounds on the Apothecary.
On
But he saves them on 6s with a feel no pain. 2 wounds on McIntyre. He is down to 2.
Then I'm going to cast Smite on the Tag Marines because they're the closest unit. Goes off on an 11.
Would you stop
12.
doing that?
It's a super Smite because I was +1.
All right, we're going to try. We're going to get the boxcars right now. Boxcars. Now.
So, D6 mortal wounds on the anti-peril. I'm gonna have to take some as well.
That's fine.
D6 on the attack squad.
Just 2?
Just 2.
All right, I need 5s and 6s. Nope, I lose a man. Could you get rid of... No, it's got to be Brother Hanson. We want to stay on the objective.
Eldar takes D3. That he'll have to save on 2s with his ghost home. He's fine. But then he's +2 to cast now. And he's going to cast Executioner on the attack range.
I'm out of 9s.
Doesn't go off. And I already used... Wait. 5, 6... It does go off because I have +2. And I want D3 mortal wounds. 2.
2 mortal wounds. If I get a 5 or 6, it stops. Because you won't kill a man. 1, 5, or 6. Psh, can't count that for anything. There we go. Put 1 wound on a Brother Hanson.
In the shooting.
Baka, baka, baka.
There's 3 wounds on your land speeder.
3 wounds on a land speeder. I need 3s. Please don't die. You're my only hope. We save all 3 of those wounds.
These 2 at the attack squad.
Bep. Nothing.
This guy, flamers here, big guns over there.
All right.
Actually, just bright lance over here. The frag shot of the missile launcher over here.
That's new.
And the flamers over here.
All right. Flamers first.
Bright lance over here.
Bright lance first. Hits.
Wounds on a 3. Because you're toughness 6.
Yes.
At -4.
I can't save -4. Roll a 1. That's a 6. I can't do a thing about it. Land speeders don't blow up, but that objective is no longer mine.
The crack shot missile, or the frag shot missile, shoots 6 times. That hit on 3s, or hit on 4s, because I'm weak. No, they hit on 3s.
Look at all those hits.
And then they wound on 4s. And I think it's -1. It is -1.
-1. So I want 4s. I've lost a man and a half, so...
6 up feeling big.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Thanks for being there, man. I still lost a man and a half. So much fire. What's that? 3 wounds? 3s. We're good.
Good job. In the charge phase.
Uh-oh.
Charging all.
I will overwatch with Brother Rimshot and Brother Hanson. 6s. Yeah, there's the last cannon. I need a 2. We'll call that cocked. That hits at -3.
You have 4 up in home?
There are so many dice on the floor today. Yeah. Die. Oh.
Five 6s.
Yay. Good job, Rimshot. Player of the game.
Now, this guy's gonna charge. And
He's so
totally
in. Is the Wraith Lord in charge range?
Yeah, that's what we're gonna find out. He's totally in charge range, but can he make a really long charge?
Let's see
I
what
don't
you
even
got.
know how long it is.
I bet you it's longer than 8.
I spend my last command point.
All right, we've decided you need a 9, not a 3. Chargers fight first. Who's he charging this?
The objective security guys.
There's a hit. Always wound on a 2. Need a 3. Take a wound. For D3, I need 6s. Not enough to save him. Bep. Down to... Actually, I'm sorry. It's got to be Brother Rimshot. Bep. Now, Space Marine, turn 6, movement phase is over, and at the end of it, McIntyre puts a model back on the table, and then we're in my shooting phase. The Tactical Marines are going to put pistols into the Warlock. They miss both times, but they're a Master Artisan. They hit. They wound on a 3. They wound at -1, but he's fine. McIntyre does the same thing. He hits. He fails to wound. The game has ended. I have 3 models left on the table. I have earned 3 victory points for holding this objective, but the Eldar have 3, 6, 9, plus 1 for Slay the Warlord, 1 for line breaker, 1 for first blood, which makes the final score 12-3. We would call that an overwhelming victory, don't you think? Also, I have a lot of men that need to roll to be dead. I only get 1 upgrade this week. You get 3 upgrades this week. This is merciless. How do you feel about your game today?
We needed a win.
You did need a win. You were down and behind, but I think you came back ferociously. Do you feel like you're in it?
We're gonna see if I can roll not a 1 on this campaign chart.
You know, I'm gonna go get that notebook and we're gonna find out. All right, we're gonna start right here because this is the most interesting part. I'm 3 points in the lead, but I lost today. But I participated. I get a point. I am 2 points away from 21. But the Eldar gets to roll a d3. Now the Eldar keep rolling 1s here, which is the only reason we're still playing right now. Can you roll a 3 right now, Eldar? The Eldar get yet another 1. It's like he hates winning. He doesn't want to win. He wants the campaign to last forever. And next week he's going to need a win just as bad as he does this week. But a lot of my people might be dead. Now we can consult the deads table. These models have not survived the game. And we are going to roll a dice and find out what happens to them next week. Are they really, really dead? And they have to start over, they lose their upgrades. They come back as a shell of themselves, a different captain, a different chaplain. Are they in critical condition? Do they have to sit out for a week and rest and recuperate their wounds? Or do they get to come back next week and play with us again? And on a 6, they get to upgrade, just like they had lived. The captain gets a 2. He's out next week. The chaplain gets a 5. He'll be fine. The champion gets a 3. He's out next week. The Inquisitor gets a 3. I will be down 3 characters next week. That's kind of a blow. Chaplain Cooper, will you take care of the Marines? I will lead the charge. At the end of our game, we have some survivors. All of the Eldar characters have lived. And look at how good they look, too. They're winners today. And McIntyre, he seems to live a lot just because he's the doctor and he can. Who do you want to start with?
Oh, the Bone Singer.
Let's see what the Bone Singer gets. He gets a 10. The Bone Singer's a tactician. He can fall back and advance, shoot, charge, and sight. Should I go with McIntyre?
Yeah.
Let's see what McIntyre gets. McIntyre's turning into a star only because he lives.
What are you doing?
Oh, well, you're right. This is the wrong dice. This is the right dice. That's a 9. And 9 is he's a medic. At the end of his movement phase, he can heal 1 model for D3 wounds or return 1 model to a unit with 1 wound. He can do that already.
But at the end of your command phase.
No, what happens at the end of the movement phase too? Does he get to do it twice now, or is that a wash?
He's a really good medic.
It's a really good medic. McIntyre is now a really good medic.
He's great at being a medic.
I've never that far down models.
Honey?
Honey gets a 2. She's objective secured. Lots of objectives secured in our game.
And Eldred.
17 is lucky.
Let's go.
Eldred, we reroll 1 dice per phase. That's so brutal. It hurts. Eldred keeps getting better and better.
Eldred is pretty lucky.
Well, let's see what we bring next week. Let's hope I get a Storm Raven. All right, so the final bit of bookkeeping today is what happens next week. We're going to roll a 6-sided dice. On a 1, we have to bring in HQ. On a 2, we have to bring troops, 3 elites, 4 fast attack, 5 heavy support. And on a 6, you may bring a flyer. You may choose anything you want. And if you choose troops, you can bring a maximum choice. Would you like to roll first, or would you like me to roll first?
Go for it.
I get to roll first. I don't even know what I want, because all the good stuff is stuff I have to paint.
Yeah, I really don't want an elite choice because I'll have to paint one.
Whoa! So many dice on the floor today. That's a 3. That's another elite choice. And a 2. You get troops. What do you want?
I mean, I'm going to have to paint up 5 Rangers, but
Yeah.
they're almost done.
I can bring scouts, I can bring Brother 3030, or I can paint up some Vanguard vets. Or a Dreadnought. We'll talk about that next week. Thanks for watching, everybody. Thanks for being here. YouTube's super fun. It's more fun when people watch. Everybody have a nice day.